afternoon, everyone. Certainly been changing times. The rapid tightening of monetary policy over the last 12 to 18 months has weighed on returns from more long-duration investments globally, and this includes global infrastructure stocks. This is particularly the case for utilities, which can carry considerable debt due to their reliable income, which is derived from the provision of essential services, effectively electric, water and gas. And these utilities dominate the global listed infrastructure universe, and their recent poor performance has been a significant drag on the performance of the overall asset class. In the wake of the steepest interest rate hikes in recent history, the relative underperformance of utilities and global listed infrastructure more broadly is not unexpected. Maybe the pace and the extent has been, but certainly not the profile. As the monetary cycle matures and interest rates are potentially cut, it follows that returns from global infrastructure stocks would revert to average long-term returns. That said, the timing and pace at which interest rates may fall is unknown. The underperformance of the asset class relative to broader equities also extends to Australian infrastructure stocks. Among the remaining locally listed infrastructure companies, these three are salient examples. And for a long time, I guess, were cause of a lot of Australian shareholders' portfolios, APA Group, Transurban. And this really highlights how the fortunes, at least short term, has changed for them as well. So these companies have all seen their share prices materially underperform the broader Australian share market since the Reserve Bank of Australia started aggressively raising rates in May of last year. So the underperformance of these infrastructure stocks also demonstrates the low correlation of global listed infrastructure with local equities. Historically, the asset class also displays this attribute during market share downturns. This was illustrated in financial year 2022, when it was almost a mirror. The Australian share market fell 6.5%, and in contrast, global listed infrastructure gained 12.3%, so outperforming local shares by over 18%. So we believe global listed infrastructure's low correlation to the Australian share market is still one of the diversification benefits that Argo Infrastructure provides. Shortly you will hear from Ben Morton, Head of Global Infrastructure at our portfolio manager Cohen & Steers. As the Chairman mentioned, Ben was out in May. It was good to sort of have him here in the flesh for those that were able to make it, and we do intend to have an annual out-of-cycle, roadshow. But he will discuss further the relative performance of the asset class, as well as other factors shaping the investment environment as they see it, including the elevated inflation, higher for longer interest rates, which seems to be the more recent trend, as well as specific infrastructure subsectors and stocks. Before I hand over to Ben, I'd like to acknowledge the efforts of the Argo team again this year. Also, I'd like to acknowledge the contribution from the Chairman and the non-executive directors. I look forward to working with them over the sort of challenging year ahead. And finally, thank you to our shareholders, those that are new and those loyal long-term shareholders, 60% who have been here since IPO. So thank you for coming.